And joining me now here on set for a look at this from the legal angle is election law expert Nathaniel Persily. He's a professor at Stanford Law School. He was the research director for an election integrity commission under President Obama, although he is not a member of either political party. Want to make that point pretty clear. Nathaniel, thank you so much for joining us. I want to talk about this in terms of a legal matter. Are there any legal issues here, and do you see evidence, hard evidence of collusion from this email chain that Don Jr. released earlier today?
Well, there's no question that there were laws that were broken by the Russians. The question is whether the Trump campaign or any individual within it either solicited or contributed to this breaking of the law or coordinated, as you said before, because those are the languages that we see in the law. Did they act in concert with the Russians in order to break the law?
Do you see any solicitation here from those emails?
Well, what you can, even before these emails, you could see some actions in which they were encouraging Russian involvement in the election. That in and of itself could be breaking of the campaign finance
laws. Like that July
laws.
27th press conference where he said, Russia, if you have Hillary Clinton's emails, I want to see them?
That would be one example. There are others after that. But the question, again, is whether something of value was given to the Trump campaign, or they sought something of value that would help them in their election.
Could this information be considered something of value?
It could. I mean, as you know, campaigns do opposition research all the time. Certainly, if the Trump campaign hired Russian operatives in order to do opposition research, that would be illegal. That's not what is being alleged here, of course. But the question is, does it push up to the edge? Was there coordination? Was there solicitation? Was there aiding and abetting in a violation of the campaign finance laws?
What is the difference between coordination and collusion? Because we hear those words used interchangeably.
So collusion is now becoming sort of the generic term we're using to describe this sort of affair. Coordination is a term of art in the campaign finance realm. Was there sort of an agreement or action between the Russians and the Trump campaign in order to break the law that bans foreign contributions or expenditures related to a federal election?
So what you're seeing in these emails is the Russians have information on Hillary Clinton that could be used to help your father. They're on your father's side. Don Jr. says, yeah, I'd love to see it, and I think I'm going to use it later this summer if it is what you say it is. What does that amount to? Any one of those things? Coordination, collusion, what was the other?
Aiding and abetting.
Aiding and abetting.
Yeah. And solicitation. Right. So let me just be clear that we are walking in completely new snow here. This has never happened before. This set of facts is really new for campaign finance experts to wrestle with. So there's no set of facts previously that's comparable. Nevertheless, if you look reason by analogy to other types of situations we've dealt with, yes, if you have a plan in order to jointly try to defeat an opponent, that yes, that would be the kind of coordination that would run afoul of the campaign finance laws. If, for example, that you are trying to coordinate the release of emails at a particular date, which again is not alleged in this particular exchange, but there is some timing element when they talk about releasing things later in the summer, that all of those facts are the kinds of things a prosecutor would use in order to prove illegal coordination.
So on the face of it, just having a meeting with somebody who claims to be a Russian official, who claims to have information from the Kremlin that is damaging to your political opponent, on the face of it, that meeting alone isn't necessarily illegal.
Right. If you knew nothing else about what was happening in this context, the meeting, well, but we have all the facts leading up to it, and so as well as you were saying, all the solicitations or the
this
announcement
doesn't happen in a vacuum.
So it's all of that together that leads to the circumstantial case of coordination.
Okay, so if you are looking at this case, say you're Robert Mueller, what are you looking for next?
Well, I think you want to know whether what happened in that meeting is what they say happened, whether it was really about adoptions, was it maybe about emails, was it about sort of quid pro quos that might go on later in the summer? You also want to know whether the meeting ended there, or were there follow-up conversations after the fact.
They say crown prosecutor. In Russia, that's not quite a term of art, right?
Well, it doesn't really make, we know it's a Russian official. And let me be clear also, whether it was the Russian government or a Russian national, it is still illegal under the campaign finance laws because they prevent foreign nationals from spending money related to a federal election or contributing anything of value to a campaign.
Does this look fishy to you?
It's looked fishy for some time.
Thank you very much, Nathaniel Persily. Appreciate your time, sir.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.